Chapter 1, The Story She Posted. The internet ate up her story. Trauma, loss, betrayal. A viral breakdown turned sympathy donations into thousands overnight. But what they didn't know? I had the real story. And the receipts. It started with the kind of caption that makes you stop scrolling mid-swipe. I debated sharing this, but maybe someone out there needs to hear it. Attached was a 10-minute video. Sasha's face filled the frame. Bare skin, no filters. Tears catching in the hollows beneath her eyes. She was wrapped in a hospital blanket, strands of hair stuck to her cheek, IV tape barely visible near her wrist. I froze. She hadn't said a word to me. Not a text, not a call. Just this post, raw and shaky and public. The video started with her whispering, "I'm okay. Kind of. I mean, I wasn't. That's why I'm here." She didn't say the hospital name. She didn't say what exactly happened, but she kept going. Through tears, through breathless pauses. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was spiraling, and when I called for help, no one picked up. I ended up here, alone. My heart twisted. I felt sick, because I'd never missed a call from her. Not once. I checked my phone just to be sure. No missed calls, no voicemails, nothing. She kept talking. "If you're struggling, please don't wait like I did. Please reach out, even if it's just to a stranger online." Then came the part that hit hardest. I've lost people over this. Friends who didn't show up, who made it worse. And the tears started again, this time slower, sharper, as if they were for show. No names, but I felt it. And then, the line that made my stomach drop. If you've ever been betrayed by someone who claimed they cared about you, you know how damaging it is, especially when you're fighting for your life. I stared at the screen, frozen. Was that about me? Was that me? I opened our last text thread. The last thing she'd sent me was a voice memo, sure, upbeat. "Want to hit the farmer's market Saturday? I'm feeling weirdly alive today." That was 5 days ago. Now, she was in a hospital gown and telling thousands of followers that people close to her had failed her. And doing it publicly? My phone buzzed. A mutual friend had replied to the video on Instagram. "You are so strong, Sasha. We love you." Another reposted it with the caption, "This is what real pain looks like. Protect Sasha at all costs." I clicked the comments, over 300, growing by the minute. People donating to her Ko-fi, sending food delivery gift cards, asking for her Venmo. And then I noticed something. No tags, no location, no hospital ID bracelet, nothing traceable. Just Sasha, crying in a neutral-toned room, telling the world her heart had been broken, and someone else was to blame. I didn't comment. I didn't share it. I just sat there, holding my phone, listening to a friend I'd trusted with everything turn her silence into a stage, and wondering how long I'd been part of her story, without knowing the role she'd written me into. Chapter 2, Something's Off. I called the hospital first, not because I didn't believe her, not yet, but because it felt like the right thing to do. She'd said she was here in the video, and by here, I assumed she meant the same mental health unit she'd told me about last year. The one she said felt safe, like a padded reset button. So I dialed. "Hi," I said, forcing my voice steady. "I'm checking on a friend, Sasha Doran. She might be in your psychiatric unit." The woman on the line was gentle. "Are you a listed contact?" "No, but I'm a close friend. I just saw something online and wanted to check." She paused. "I can't give patient details," she said. "But I can confirm. There's no one by that name currently admitted." I blinked. "Oh, maybe I have the wrong place." "You can try the general campus," she offered, "or outpatient services, but there's no inpatient record." I thanked her and hung up. Then I just sat there, phone in my lap, heart thudding. I checked Sasha's page again. The video was still up. 14,000 views, dozens of new comments. "I can't believe your own friends did this to you." Sending money. "I wish I could do more. People suck. You deserve better." I opened our messages, sent her a text. "Are you okay? Where are you? Do you want me to come by? I'll bring you clean socks and sour candy." Delivered. No response. I waited. 10 minutes. Nothing. I sent another. "Hospital name? I'll call. I just want to check on you." Still nothing. I stared at our thread. All the years of conversations, emojis, inside jokes, late-night venting, her breakup with Leo, my mom's surgery, her meltdown of returning 30, And now, silence. Just a 10-minute video and 1,000 strangers pouring their hearts into a comment section. I tried calling. Straight to voicemail. That's when the first real suspicion hit me. Not loud, not even sharp. Just a chill in the center of my chest. Because Sasha might have needed help. Or Sasha might have needed attention. And I'd never been able to tell the difference. Chapter 3. The purse in the background. It showed up in my feed like a casual ghost. A carousel post from Ivy, one of Sasha's orbit friends. Someone who appeared mostly in tagged brunches and carefully filtered stories, but rarely said anything meaningful offline. Throwback to one of our last normal nights. Love you always, at Sasha Duran. 5 photos, warm lighting, group laughter, pizza boxes, wine glasses sweating in the late summer heat. Sasha, front and center in every frame, smiling like nothing had ever gone wrong. The timestamp? 4 days ago, which wouldn't have raised alarms if the caption hadn't framed it as before the breakdown. I clicked through. Image 1, Ivy and Sasha clinking glasses. Image 2, the group gathered around the TV. Reality show paused mid-meltdown. Image 3, Sasha with her feet up on the ottoman, and next to her, slouched carelessly against the couch cushion, her purse. That purse. The one she told everyone on TikTok was gone forever. When I finally came to, all my things were gone. My favorite bag, the lavender crossbody, gone. I think someone grabbed it when they found me. I stared at the screen. The exact lavender crossbody, the one I'd helped her pick out in Santa Monica, the one with the cracked side zipper and little moon pin near the strap, sitting casually in the background. Unbothered, unlost, I zoomed in. Same pin, same scuffed bottom corner. And the photo was posted after the supposed hospital stay began. I checked Sasha's profile again. The video's still up, still crying, still asking for donations. I opened our DMs, typed, "Hey, I just saw Ivy's post. I thought you lost that purse." Message read, then gone, blocked. No warning. No, you're overthinking it. No, it's not what you think. Just wiped. I sat back in my chair, staring at the screen. Not heartbroken, not confused. Just flipped, because that was the moment I knew. This wasn't about a breakdown. This was a campaign. Chapter 4, the link in her bio. The link appeared sometime around midnight. I couldn't sleep, hadn't really, since Sasha's video dropped. My brain kept looping through the timeline, the purse, the block. But I wasn't ready to act. Not yet. I just needed one more piece, and there it was, sitting quietly in her Instagram bio, like it had always belonged. Help Sasha recover. Link below. GoFundMe, support Sasha. I clicked it. Of course I did. The campaign page loaded slowly. Pastel header, a blurry photo of Sasha in a hoodie. Arms wrapped around her knees, head down. This fund will help Sasha cover medical costs, therapy, and lost wages due to a recent mental health crisis. The description was long, poetic, clearly written by someone who knew what tugs at the internet's heartstrings. She was found alone, broken, and without her things. She's recovering, but the bills are real. No amount is too small. And them the part that made my chest clench. Some of her closest friends abandoned her when she needed them most. That was bold. That was targeted. That was me. I scrolled to the donations. $50 from a girl I remembered from college. $200 from someone in Sasha's wellness circle. $10 from an account that commented, "I'm a single mom, but I had to give something. I know how much it hurts when no one believes you." 12,436 in 3 days. $12,000 in tears and lies and strategic ambiguity. And people were eating it up. I checked her TikTok next. The same video, reposted with a softer filter. This time, it ended with her whispering, "Thank you for not leaving me." The comments were a waterfall of heartbreak. "How do we Venmo you?" I donated, "Hope it helps stay strong." If anyone abandoned you, they were never your real friends. I opened a new document on my laptop, titled it Sasha Timeline Audit, and at the top, I typed the words that finally cleared the fog in my chest. This isn't grief. This is monetized manipulation. Chapter 5, I asked her directly. I didn't rush it. I spent the entire morning drafting the message, not out of fear, but out of precision. Because when you know someone like Sasha, you learn how easy it is to give her room to twist things, to turn concern into cruelty, honesty into "you're attacking me." So I wrote it like a bridge, Something solid enough to stand on, soft enough to feel human. The subject line was simple. Hey, the body took longer. Sasha, I want to believe you. You know that. But I'm struggling to make sense of what you've posted. You said you were in the hospital. I called. They said there was no admission. You said you lost your bag. It's an Ivy's post from last week. And now there's a GoFundMe with thousands of dollars in donations, built on a version of events that doesn't add up. If something happened, and I don't know the full story, tell me. I will listen. I will help. But if this isn't what it seems, please stop before this becomes something you can't walk back from. You're not just hurting strangers. You're dragging people into a narrative they don't even know they're a part of. And if that includes me, say it. But don't disappear and let the lie keep spreading. I reread it 3 times before hitting send. Not emotional, not dramatic, just clear. Because I still wanted to be wrong. I still wanted her to write back and say, it's more complicated than it looks. Or, I didn't mean for it to go this far. Or even, you caught me, please help. Instead, she blocked me, everywhere. No warning, no reply, no performance. Just blocked. First Instagram, then TikTok, then Twitter. When I opened our Spotify playlist, the one we'd made during lockdown, full of sad girl anthems and 2000s throwbacks, I got an error message. This playlist is no longer shared with you. That was the moment it landed. Not when the hospital said they had no record. Not when I saw the purse. Not even when the donations passed 10,000. It landed when she took the last personal thing, our friendship, and erased it. Like I was a loose thread on the sleeve of her story, something she could snip and walk away from before anyone noticed the hole. I sat on my bed for a long time, phone on my lap, notifications blinking like nothing had changed. But everything had. Because Sasha hadn't just lied to the internet. She'd lied to me, used me, let me carry water for her while she cashed sympathy checks and hid behind hashtags. And now, she wanted the lie more than she wanted the truth. More than she wanted me. Chapter 6. Deleted doesn't mean gone. You learn a lot about a person when you watch them try to disappear. Sasha didn't vanish all at once. She flinched out of view in pieces. First went the Instagram stories, the crying ones, the ones where she said she didn't feel safe and blamed close ones for breaking her spirit. Gone within hours, but not before I screen recorded every frame. Then the tweets, the vague ones like, you think you know someone until they use your pain as a weapon. Deleted. So I ran a way back snapshot and saved the cached text. TikToks, gone. Comments on the GoFundMe, trimmed. Tags from mutuals, removed. She was scrubbing the timeline, but she forgot something. Just because you delete it doesn't mean it's gone. I started with her donation tracker. Her GoFundMe showed public donations for the first 3 days. Then it quietly switched to private mode. No totals, no feed, just the number, $14,720 raised. But I remembered some of the donors. I searched their names on Venmo, found 7 matches. $50, love you girl, stay strong. $25, for healing. $100, you deserve peace. Public, logged, traceable. I screen captured each one, geotagging the time and location stamp in case they were pulled later. Next, her I'm healing, thank you for understanding post. It was a carousel, flowers, tea, an overhead photo of her legs curled under a blanket. She'd captioned it, still offline, still in recovery, still can't believe who turned on me. I looked closer. In the third slide, half blurred in the background, was her laptop. Open, email tab visible, unread count 17. Top subject line, RE, brand collab confirmed, deposit sent. I zoomed in, grabbed the frame, ran a metadata pull on the image. Taken 3 hours after she posted a TikTok asking for emergency therapy donations. I was calm, focused. No rage, no shaking hands, just quiet collection. Every time she tried to scrub a post, I was 2 clicks behind her. Every time a mutual reshared something, I saved it. Every claim, time-stamped. Every inconsistency, labeled. By the end of the night, I had folders. Organized, color-coded, visual conflicts, discrepant timelines, donation versus activity, public statements versus private activity. I backed it up to 2 clouds. One personal, one anonymous. Then I labeled the archive, Sasha Doran, fiction, docx. She thought she was editing the story in real time, but I was already writing the epilogue. Chapter 7, The Archive. The thing about Sasha? She thought chaos made her untouchable. But I don't do chaos. I do documentation. By the time Sunday rolled around, the folder was nearly airtight. Not a collection of rage. Not a revenge dump. A case file. If anyone ever asked, I could prove it wasn't personal. Because you can't fake recovery dates when your Apple Watch auto-syncs your workouts to Strava. You can't cry about missing belongings while Venmo stamping a payment for new skincare from a verified business account the same day. You can't disappear and lose everything when your Instagram insights show paid promotion boosts. Not unless you're sloppy. And Sasha was getting sloppy. The Google Drive had 5 core folders. 1. Timeline. Conflict screenshot of her check-in post timestamped 3:14 p.m. Metadata shows the image was captured at 11:49 a.m. before she claimed she was hospitalized. 2. Public versus private. Voice memo she sent me 4 days prior to her crisis, laughing about canceling brunch to binge reality TV. Deleted tweet retrieved from archive. Sometimes you just have to fall apart publicly to get people to shut up. 3. Donations versus spending. Brand collab confirmation email in background of healing post. Venmo log of a $180 sushi order with the caption deserved. Timestamp, day 2 of the GoFundMe campaign. 4. Digital trail. iCloud backup logs showing no phone downtime. Data usage from her SIM card, active and consistent during her hospitalization. Location tags from healing walks that matched a boutique clothing store in Silver Lake. 5. The lie that broke me. Screenshot of Sasha's reply to a fan. I had no one, not even my closest friends. Captioned over a photo of her with my dog, a photo I took, in my apartment. At the top of the drive, one file remained. A README doc, 3 lines long. This was never about hate. It was about honesty. You don't get to weaponize sympathy for clicks. I read it over one last time. Then I clicked share and chose view only. Then I opened a new tab and typed in the handle of the gossip account that had reposted Sasha's crying video 3 days earlier. They had 220,000 followers. I didn't DM them. I emailed their tips inbox with the subject line, "Influencer story isn't adding up, documentation attached." I dropped the drive link. Then I hit send and walked away from my laptop. Because I wasn't playing a part in her story anymore. I was ending it. Chapter 8, Going Public. I didn't watch it happen live. I was at the grocery store, standing in the self-checkout line, 2 bags of frozen dumplings in one hand. Watching the woman in front of me argue with the scanner about organic bananas. That's when the first text came in. "Girl, have you seen this?" No link, no context, just all caps and panic. Then another, and another. And then a voicemail from Ivy, of all people. By the time I stepped out into the parking lot, the notifications were flooding in like they'd been waiting to crash. The gossip page had posted it to their grid. With a 3-slide expose and the kind of caption that made people lose their minds. Exclusive. Popular wellness creator Sasha D. accused of faking breakdown to raise funds. Receipts included. We were sent a folder with digital logs, time-stamped inconsistencies, and spending records that directly contradict her public statements. Full breakdown in our stories. Tag someone who donated. There it was. The lie. The campaign. The manipulation. All of it. Dragged out into the open. People didn't hesitate. Wait, she said she was hospitalized. Uncomments. I literally donated. I'm sick. How do we get our money back? Why do all these influencers lie and call it healing? One commenter posted a screenshot of the GoFundMe page still live. Another found Sasha's email auto-reply. Still recovering. Thank you for your love. Someone else dropped a tagged tweet from a week prior where she was shopping at a vintage market, complete with latte in hand and the allegedly stolen purse slung over her shoulder. I didn't need to say a word. They were doing it for me. Within an hour, the post had 11,000 likes. Within 2, GoFundMe suspended her campaign, pending review. By dinner, the words Sasha D were trending in 3 group chats I wasn't even in anymore. I opened TikTok. She hadn't posted in 24 hours. The crying video, deleted. Her Instagram stories, blank. DMs, closed. All that remained was a single pinned post, her face mid-sob, with the caption, "I can't believe people are attacking me in the middle of a breakdown." Then, a few hours later, That was gone too. Everything was. Her account, her handle, her archive, deleted, like she'd never existed. But the screenshots, still here. The receipts, still circulating. The trust, long gone. Chapter 9, canceled and gone. By Monday morning, she was gone. Not muted, not taking a break. Gone. TikTok, account not found. Instagram, no posts, no story rings, no bio. Twitter, locked, then vanished entirely. The GoFundMe campaign had been suspended, with a red banner across the top. This fundraiser is under investigation. Sasha Doran had officially disappeared, and people were scrambling to figure out what she left behind. My phone didn't stop buzzing for 2 days. Not from strangers, from people who should have known better. Hey, did you hear about Sasha? You were close, right? You must be so shocked. Did you know? That last one stung the most. Did I know? Of course I did. I knew when she lied about the hospital. I knew when she blocked me for asking why. I knew when she let good, generous people pour money into a fantasy she curated for clout. But what they meant was, did you do it? They didn't say it out loud. They didn't need to. I got an email from someone we used to be close with, Danielle, who hadn't texted me since Sasha's birthday last year. I'm sorry if I ever made you feel like you weren't loyal. I think I believed what she wanted me to believe. She always did know how to spin it. It wasn't an apology. Not really. But it was the beginning of something else. Distance, detachment, a slow unraveling of the social power Sasha had used like currency for years. 3 brands that had worked with her quietly archived their collabs. One posted a vague statement about values and integrity. Someone on Reddit posted screenshots of Sasha's comment history. Dozens of anonymous accounts she allegedly used to defend herself and attack anyone who asked questions. And her friend group? Fractured. Some clung to the idea that Sasha was just overwhelmed. Others called it what it was, a scam built on trauma porn theatrics. I didn't engage. I didn't comment, explain, or repost. I'd already said what I needed to, with documentation. And the science that followed? It was louder than anything I could have added. Chapter 10. The friend group splits. There wasn't one big explosion. Just fractures. Hairline at first, then widening. The brunch thread went quiet. The girls' trip 2024 planning doc never got updated. And the group chat with the star emoji, Core 5, lost 2 members before Thursday. I didn't delete anything. I just watched. Ivy was the first to reach out. I'm so sorry. I reposted her video without even checking in with you. I feel stupid. I didn't respond right away. I wasn't angry at Ivy. Not exactly. She was just background noise most of the time. Loyal to whoever cried loudest. Then came Nicole. People are saying you leaked everything. Is that true? I stared at her message, then typed back. She told thousands of people I abandoned her during a breakdown I wasn't even told about, and then raised money off it. You can call what I did leaking if it makes it easier. I call it correcting the record. She read it. Never replied. By Friday, there were 3 clear camps. The loyalists, still posting vague quotes like, "Not everyone deserves your side of the story," pretending Sasha was a victim twice over, first of life, then of cancellation. The floaters, awkwardly silent, watching, not liking, not commenting, quietly adjusting their social positions. And the ones who said thank you, short messages, a handful of sentences, from people I hadn't realized were watching. I donated. I didn't know. Thank you for putting it out there. I felt something was off. You confirmed it. I'm sorry she did that to you. None of them were loud, but they were enough. And me? I didn't gloat. I didn't send told you so messages. I didn't log in to see what people were saying. Because Sasha's hold over our group was never about who she really was. It was about the story she made them believe. The persona wrapped in tragedy, curated in aesthetic, softened with filters and pity posts. Now that the story was gone, the loyalty cracked, and I didn't feel proud. I felt free. Epilogue saved, not shared. 3 months passed, long enough for people to move on, long enough for the gossip threads to bury her name under newer scandals, long enough for even I started sleeping through the night without wondering if I'd gone too far. And then, one night, she came back. Not as Sasha D., not with the same tear-stained persona or wellness advocate branding. Just a new handle. @SylvieRising. No old photos. No followers in common. Just a fresh grid of quotes about forgiveness, reinvention, and letting go of the past. It would have fooled someone else, but not me. Because the photo in her third post, a blurry shot of ocean waves and sun flare, was one I'd taken. I knew the angle. I'd stood beside her that day on the cliffs and handed her my phone when her battery died. She posted it like it was hers. New name, same habit. I didn't comment. I didn't follow. I didn't DM her to say, I see you. Just a screenshot. And dropped it into a folder I hadn't opened in weeks. Sasha Doran/06, rebrand PNG. I closed the tab. No rage, no panic, just confirmation. Because people like Sasha don't vanish. They rebrand. And sometimes, the kindest thing you can do is let them rebuild in silence, while keeping the receipts somewhere they can't reach, just in case.